Hello and welcome to tonight's LOL Esports Roundup, where we cover World's Finals. They did it. They did it against all odds. The Cinderella story. They did it. And in Game 5, these stats are only through Game 4. I'm trying to get this video out. Games of Legends' server is not giving me Game 5 stats. We only have through Game 4, but Deft, 14, 10, 16, 25% of the team's damage through 4 games. Kingen, 12, 8, 21, coming up huge in the top lane and in Game 5 especially, which we'll get into. Faker, 13, 14, and 7, 31% of damage. Carria, 8, 8, and 27. That could have been 13, 14, and 17. Honestly, I guess I'm excited. This is just incredible, right? There's bigger topics to cover that I'll cover later today, because now it's 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning my time, where I do another video, but, when it's mid-Sunday, later Sunday. But Game 5, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Kingen, on his Aatrox, took it to Zeus in the top lane, solo killing him at one point in this series. They're all jumbled together. I think he might have solo killed him again in Game 5. And, it's incredible because Kingen, coming in this event, much maligned. He is the weak side top laner. He cannot do it. I said that he cannot do it, and he did it. Much to Pioshik's, holding the team back. Pioshik had some really, really bad smites in this series. Pioshik was playing for T1. Guma may have hit more, objectives than Pioshik got, because Guma had 3 Varus steals throughout this series, including 2 Barons, when Pioshik didn't smite. Truly astounding. But Pioshik comes through in the end. This team that couldn't decide what jungler to pick going into Worlds throughout play-ins in Mexico, they figure it out. They picked the Maokai in Game 4. We hadn't seen Maokai in weeks. No one's picking it. They pick it in Game 4. They win with it. It's just incredible. Incredible. Mid lane, Zeka and Faker. Zeka was not even the reason they won. It was Kingen. This whole entire time, Zeka has carried them, the MVP, stepping up. It's true. He has stepped up. He played exceptionally well, and he did play better than Faker in this series. Faker did not play well. Was he gapped? No. There were no gaps in this series. There was no stomp at all with this series. This series was truly down to the wire. And the mid lane became kind of irrelevant. The bot lane was kind of irrelevant. The supports played a big role. Beryl pulled out a Bard in Game 5, by the way. The gonads to pull out a Bard in Game 5 at random. The man's exceptional. One of the best supports of all time. If he wasn't already in that conversation, he is. And throughout all of the LCK, it's like, well, he ints. He inted in this series. He had int moments. But he once again he's world champion again. And Carria tried, 8, 8, and 27. He had a lot of kills on the Soraka they probably shouldn't have had. A lot of kills on a Karma he probably shouldn't have had. And Carria tried. Guma did not really do all that well in this series. Outside of those steals, the Varus had its moments, but at the same time, Varus high prio, I think Varus stinks. It was high prio, but I think it stinks. And it's crazy because in the end too, this whole blue side Varus, we were talking about in the chat, but the blue side supremacy, it ended. They won on, and you know what? Also, because I said Game 5 is the only thing that matters, but Game 3, DRX were in a position that they could have won the game from red side, lost. DRX played better today, in all ways, shapes, and forms. Game 1, T1 really heavily won. But T1 DRX responded, and it just, I'm all over the place. But the fact is, like, this is incredible. The Cinderella story did it. They're all free agents. Do DRX sign them all, run them all back? Do they make that decision? We'll get into that this offseason. But just, wow. Nobody can, like, this world's meta diversity is absolutely cracked. This world's patch had more diversity than any other world's patch. And going into it, there was not a lot of changes. It was like, oh, well, what's going to happen? Is it just going to be playoffs all over again? No, it was not playoffs all over again. It was not. Man, this series just, it was back and forth, down to the wire. I mean, T1 winning a game they probably shouldn't win in Game 3. They're Game 4, DRX just beats the crap out of them. I mean, it's a great story. It's great for Deft. Finally winning, playing for 10 years, finally wins. He's won an MSI now in the LPL. He's won a Worlds in the LCK. One of the best bot laners of all time going into this series and into this Game 5 and showed up. It's truly astounding. I can't say enough, Jason Sandman. You called this team it might have been, my comments only go back 4 months, man. So I can't find your earlier comment, but before 4 months ago, you were saying a lot of good things about this team, and I didn't believe you. And you were right. You were right. So whoever you have next year that you think is going to win in like April, maybe you want to just share that with the class so we all can make our legal gambling bets on whatever odds or futures they have for Worlds. Because hopefully you put some money on this one if you could have. Because I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. Comment down below with your opinions. Like the video if you like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Like I said, later today, if you missed my video on Friday, I put out a video where I kind of went over all my plans for the offseason. We're going to start that tomorrow. Offseason has begun. Hopefully you stick around with me. Down in the description, there are 3 links. My Twitter, if you follow me there, you'll get all the links to my content. Discord, you join us. We talk about League all the time. Sometimes it might get a little hairy during the offseason with nothing else to talk about, but, at worst, it's like sneaky Patreon sort of stuff. It's the only weird, it's kind of weird, but, we try and troll and BS and joke around. And then YouTube memberships, $3 a month. You support me. That'd be awesome. Keeps the channel alive, especially during the off-season when I imagine less people will be watching my content, which sucks, but it is what it is. $10 a month. You get extra content. That includes NFL, American football content. And you support me even more. You get a badge in the comment section. That'd be real cool as well. But at the same time, this is freaking incredible. Wow. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I hope you come back for more content.